Known for the stormy skies that frequent the territories throughout the year.
I hope I don't poop in my pants. That's all I gotta say.
It's also a region once defined by the rise of an angsty subculture.
So tonight is controversy.
And known around the globe as a beacon of technological innovation.
In 1990, I used to be a big fan of Twin Peaks, the show.
Yeah, that's right.
Barb Pexa is taking you on this once-in-a-lifetime journey. Whether finding your next home, your favorite venue, or simply living your American dream, you can do it in the Pacific Northwest. From the Puget Sound to the Cascade Mountains to the booming metropolis of Seattle, there's a little something for everyone.
We do it in the spirit of going against the grain of the negative media, giving inspiring information, and having people walk away from our show with something of value.
You're seeing a disruption in both the real estate and the mortgage space.
A lot of people are just not willing to put in the work.
What video does is that it demands an emotional response.
You know what I love about this show? It's totally unscripted.
Thanks for coming.
It is freezing.
I'm sure it's a little bit colder than San Diego,
Absolutely.
isn't it?
I don't know if I have enough warm or close on me, but we'll do what we can, right?
We'll just do our best. I thought we'd start here. This is here the home of the Snoqualmie Falls at the Salish Lodge. It's one of the most visited spots in all of the greater Seattle area. And one of my favorites is back in 1990, I used to be a big fan of Twin Peaks, the show.
Yeah, that's right.
It's gotten a great cult following, and I think it's really cool, kind of dark and stormy and funky Pacific Northwest. So I thought we'd check it out.
Awesome, that's it.
Okay. One of my favorite things to bring all my new clients to here is the falls. I think it's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's so picturesque, the scenery itself. I love it.
It is. So right down here we've got the main falls.
Okay.
It falls way, way, way down there. The water is really flowing at a high rate today because we've had a lot of rain in the area. And it's really beautiful. From these windows right here at the Salish Lodge, you can have a really fantastic meal. The Salish is a high-end luxury boutique hotel.
Very nice.
We don't hide, no, just find the light in honesty, 'cause I've never been good at telling stories, yeah. We're gonna ride this wave until it breaks. We're gonna drive all day. We're gonna ride this wave until it breaks. All I know, yeah, all I know.
All right, Barb, this has been a beautiful experience. Thank you so much for showing me this.
You're welcome.
I'm excited to see what else Seattle has to offer. What do you got for me?
Next, we're going to head down to Seattle on Lake Union, and we're going to hit up Gasworks Park. I've never totally understood why it's so famous, but it is where we have our 4th of July fireworks every year, and everybody loves it.
Okay, I'm down to check it out.
Okay, let's go check it out.
Welcome back. We're taking you on a tour of one of the coolest locations in the United States, the Pacific Northwest. One of the great things about this show is you learn all about the cities you thought you already knew. I mean, I had no idea Twin Peaks was shot right outside of Seattle. Next up, Barb is taking us on a tour around Gasworks Park. Check it out.
All right, this is pretty amazing, but what the heck is it?
You know, it's pretty interesting. This is an old site of the Seattle Gas Company.
Okay.
And they've turned it into a really popular Seattle park. We have our 4th of July fireworks here.
Very cool, very cool. And it's nice view of downtown Seattle.
Yep, this area right here is called South Lake Union.
Perfect.
And part of the reason they have the fireworks here is it's surrounded by water, so the water's just packed with boats. People come here, they can be underneath the fireworks.
Okay.
And of course, you know the company Amazon.
Of course, everybody does.
Yeah, our headquarters are right down here.
Very nice, and it feels like a movie like Sleepless in Seattle, right?
Yeah,
Got that feel?
Well, you're right. So if you look out here along all these floating houseboats out there, those are the sorts of homes that Sleepless in Seattle were filmed on. And another thing that downtown Seattle is well known for that's fairly unique.
Yeah, for sure. It's just that unique look of real estate, and also just like the atmosphere is a different change from what I'm used to anyway in San Diego, right?
So yeah, I think it's a really cool part of Seattle. It's artistic and edgy and industrial. Oh my God, is that a drone up there?
Where? Oh, yeah.
Did somebody crash their drone on it? That's a piece of equipment to lose. Hey Diane, and this is the house I've been talking about, wanting to show you.
Very nice.
We are up here in Bellevue on Cougar Mountain.
Okay.
And this home is built by the Buchan builders, and they're a real classic traditional builder in Seattle. They do mostly high-end listings.
I've noticed, it's got that classic look to it, right? The vintage, but also traditional form of it.
It's very traditional. They make it just modern enough. With all the great top-of-the-line appliances and fixtures, but in a very traditional mode. But hands down, my favorite space in this house is the outdoor living room.
Of course, nice.
As you know, we're in Seattle and we get a lot of rain. So I think all home builders should put these outdoor living rooms in their houses. It's got
covered all the way through. Oh, that's cool.
Covered all the way through, gas fireplace, gas heaters. And a 48-inch grill with hood system, which is fantastic.
What type of buyer do you see purchasing this home?
My guess is probably a family, something like that. But with the main floor ensuite room, we can also have
like a
multi-generational living.
Perfect.
Which is really big in I would say these days in this part of the country.
All right, Barb, rumor has it that you do something special for your buyers. What is it?
We cater and host our buyers' housewarming parties as their thank you present for choosing to work with our team. I come from the restaurant business, and it was a perfect carryover for high-end customer service, sociability. It's just the highlight of their process, we think.
Yeah.
We send out the invitations, we send out the thank you cards, we get to mingle and meet all of their favorite family and friends, and it's really a lot of fun. Sometimes we have a little bit too much fun, but that's how we think we have a great customer base.
Well, nothing like, you're working with these clients and buyers, right? So you get to know them in the process of buying their home. So what better way than to throw them a party in their housewarming party?
We could not agree more. And it seems almost sacrilegious not to take that process all the way through and help them celebrate. We cater it, we bring wine, we bring Prosecco, we do a toast. We even have cute little aprons we've made with our team logo and our names. So we really have a lot of fun with it.
Good for you, that sounds great.
Yeah.
We live just at the trailhead of one of the many trails that run along Cougar Mountain. And you walk among huge maples and evergreens. Maple leaves as big as your head, they're just giant. This home, which sits on Cougar Mountain, 1,000 feet above Lake Sammamish, and with a beautiful view of a 10,700-foot volcano called Mount Baker, which is snow-covered year-round. I love to write thrillers that are really a combination of really good stories, interesting characters, very dynamic human conflict, but also on the edge of science. And the Seattle area is very vital to that, with the University of Washington, with the Primate Research Center, with the very modern architecture that blends in with the very old architecture. It provided a very good setting, and you could really get the feel of Seattle and the surrounding area. But also, it entered into the conflict and the challenges of, trying to move across all those different terrains and meet some of the challenges that we set up in the book. You could almost feel the oxygen levels go up and the stress levels go down. And that is how I would sell Seattle to someone just coming in.
That house is so cool. Right up on the hill overlooking Lake Sammamish, that's got to be one of the best locations on the block. It just has such a thriller feel to it. It all makes sense as to why Steve Hadden chose that location. Speaking of which, if you haven't seen his novels, go check them out. I know I will. Who doesn't love a thriller? Next up, we're checking in on one of our partners in your area. Hit it.
Hey, what's going on? This is Dan Keller with the American Dream Seattle. We're going to head over and meet Ed and Janice with Home Advisors. They're going to take us on a tour of one of the Bellevue Towers, and then we're going to go see some of the progress that's being made on the light rail, and Ed's going to talk about how that will impact the Bellevue community. So let's go take a look at Bellevue and meet Ed and Janice.
Hi and welcome. We're so excited to show you this high-rise condo in downtown Bellevue. Come on with us.
You see the beautiful views of the lake. That's how Bellevue's name comes from. In French, it means beautiful views. Do you know that?
I did not know that. That's very cool.
Really?
You know, the other good thing about the city of Bellevue is when you look around downtown Bellevue, you'll find really powerful and popular companies. In fact, we're home to many Northwest headquarters for Fortune 500 companies. That's been a really good draw for the city. The city actually took some steps to move towards diversity.
39% of Bellevue's actually, they came from different countries.
And I think a big part of the attraction is also that they get that work and life balance that we were talking about.
Of course, you see the park, and when you live here, you can work in the park after dinner.
We're minutes away from downtown Seattle, we're minutes away from skiing, we're minutes away from boating. The city officials were really pretty smart, and they put it to the vote so that we could install light rail and stay ahead of the congestion that comes when a city becomes quite popular. So let's go check that out. We're super excited to show you the light rail system that's going in all around the Seattle region, but specifically here in the Bellevue market. And it includes 116 miles of rail.
We are so excited because we do have the East Link, which covers 14 miles and 10 stations. That would bring us a lot of easy and convenience for the traffic.
That's right, they expect the light rail system to carry over 600,000 passengers a day. The Spring District is going to be the newest and most up-and-coming part of Bellevue. They're tearing down all this old warehouse land and they're turning it into retail, they're turning it into apartment and multifamily. It's going to be fantastic, and our office is right in the middle of it. Within 2 years, this place is going to be bustling.
Wow, how about those views? I absolutely love Bellevue. Thank you, Ed and Janice, for taking us on this tour today. So if you are thinking about selling your house in 2019 and you want to see your house featured on the American Dream TV show, reach out to Ed and Janice, and they'll have an incredible conversation with you to show you what that might look like. That's a wrap today. Here's to your American Dream.
Take it all in. The hearts have
to fly?
We're ready to fly.
All right.
How's this going to go? Can you tell us how this is going to go today?
You're each going to be tied together with a professional certified tandem instructor.
Good to know.
One-on-one. You're in front, the instructor's in back, and you are going to fly off this mountain, Poo-Poo Point in Issaquah, out into the blue yonder.
You ready?
I hope I don't poo-poo my pants.
That's all I got to say. How high are we?
We're at 1,700 feet over the valley, 1,800-foot mean sea level. It's a beautiful view today. It's a great day to fly.
The sun came out first. We're pretty excited.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Thanks
so much for let's do this.
Barb invited us here to jump off of this cliff, so we're all here together right now.
Waiting for that
Frozen,
moment.
but loving it.
We're gonna repay the favor by having Barb come out to our party tonight, Controversy, Beyonce versus Rihanna. And we're gonna dance all night long. Yes, this is Black Gatsby, and I'm Discoshrine.
She is so extra right now.
And we are.
That last part. Cut that last part.
I'm Discoshrine, and we are signing off the mountain like, hey.
Nope, won't, couldn't, I can't. Jump off a mountain? Diane, major kudos to you. I'm proud beyond words. While I catch my breath, we're sending you over to another expert in your market. Let's go.
We're getting ready to head up the hill to visit one of my favorite neighborhoods in Seattle. We're gonna meet Julie Hall with Windermere Real Estate. She's gonna take us on a tour of Queen Anne. It's one of the most historic communities in Seattle. It's one of the highest points in Seattle. And we're gonna wrap up the day at the oldest bar in Queen Anne, but one of the oldest bars in Seattle. Let's go meet Julie.
This
This is Julie Hall with Windermere Real Estate, Yarrow Bay, and owner of Hall Real Estate Group. And today we're in one of my favorite Seattle neighborhoods, Queen Anne. And what's really great about historic Queen Anne is there's 3 square miles that encompass the area, and it's filled with an incredible mixture of activities. You'll find a lot of boutique shops and restaurants, an amazing mix of music and cultural happenings. And you'll find it just has this amazing, warm neighborhood vibe and just a great sense of community. So interestingly enough, Queen Anne was one of the first neighborhoods to hit a median price of $1 million. And what's cool about this area is you get great tree-lined streets. There's so much character and embellishment. You just sometimes walk through these streets and think, if walls could talk, what stories would they tell? We're gonna head over to the Mecca, which is the oldest bar in Seattle. So we're at the Mecca right now, which is the oldest bar in Seattle, and it has this grungy Seattle vibe, and you'll see a lot of locals sitting at the bar right now, and there's all these crazy coasters on the wall with very interesting drawings on them. And so if you want to come and get a really stiff drink and a big plate of greasy food, this is definitely your spot. That's a good margarita. This is the last dive bar left in Queen Anne, so I think you should totally come check it out.
All right, thanks again for showing us around Queen Anne today, Julie. That is a wrap. Here's to your American dream.
Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. I'm just doing what I do. Won't stop doing what I do. Can't stop me now. Ain't backing down. Can't stop me now. I'm just doing what I do. Won't stop doing what I do. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. I'm just doing what
This makes me want to move to Seattle. It's awesome and it checks all the boxes. Scenic, Twin Peaks, jumping off mountains, beautiful parks, and some of the coolest nightlife. Sign me up.
won't stop doing